Hey guys, welcome to my movie review of Guardians of the Galaxy, the latest entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this movie definitely expanded the universe a whole lot, which Marvel Studios has created in the last couple of years. I expected a lot from this movie, and it definitely delivered and exceeded my expectations just a bit. So I'm very happy with this film, but I'll get into more detail regarding the characters, the soundtrack, and the plot of the film, and give you my overall thought regarding the film and how it contributes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So the movie is basically about these five people who are arrested, go to jail, they meet each other, and they become a team to stop Ronan because they have something that he wants and they can't let him get it, and they need to defeat him before he basically kills everyone in the galaxy. And it sounds pretty simple, I guess. The outlaws, they come together, they stop the bad guy, but it's done in a very creative and interesting way that you're never bored during the movie. James Gunn did a great job because one thing, like the Avengers, the team doesn't really like each other at first, but then by the end of it, they do, and they work together, and they're great together. And the dynamics between the characters was really well done. The special effects look fantastic throughout the whole film. You cannot fault that. And yeah, the story is a pretty simple story in some ways, but then in other ways it's a very dynamic storyline that it always keeps you engaged, and you want more and more, and you don't really want the movie to end. But when the movie does end, you are satisfied with what you've gotten, and it's a great 2 hours and 1 minute of entertainment. The team, the Guardians, are fantastic in this film. So first off, we have Drax. At first glance, like just looking from the trailers, he just looks like a maniac. But when you watch the film, he's a very in-depth character. He has a purpose and a story. He does things that he regrets in the film, but then you forgive him by the end of it. And Drax was pretty well done, and Dave Bautista did a great job. Zoe Saldana played Gamora, and the movie focuses on her a fair bit. There are a lot of scenes with just her and Peter, and I don't know, Gamora. She was really good in the film. At times, I did feel like she was sort of just there only sometimes, but when she focused on her the scene, she just did really well and was a very interesting character to watch sometimes. And Groot and Rocket, they were fantastic. They're a great team, but Vin Diesel and Bradley Cooper did a great job with the voices. So Groot, he did sort of seem dopey at times, but when he really tried, he was really powerful and great and hilarious. And Rocket, if you do not like Rocket, you're not going to like this movie at all. Rocket was one of the things that carried this film. He was one of the best forms of comic relief in the movie, and he was just a fantastic character. And Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, perfect. Well, now I know that now in the comics they make Star-Lord look like Chris Pratt because he is Star-Lord now. But Chris Pratt did a great job as Star-Lord. There's a few dancing scenes with Star-Lord, and Chris Pratt made it work. It did not look cheesy or anything like that, so it made sense. And I don't know, I have nothing bad to say about the main cast at all, but Nebula was a pretty average character to me. Ronan, who people are saying he's a lot like Malekith and not very menacing, I thought was really good. He was really interesting. He has a really deep voice and it looks really awesome. And the Collector was good. I think they're basically the main characters, but there's a few Nova Corps characters, and you do see Thanos in the film, and he's awesome. He's only in the movie for like 2 minutes, but he is awesome, and he's the only character you're paying attention to in that scene. He just looks terrific, menacing. He's awesome. I cannot wait to see him in Avengers 3 or 4. Besides Star-Lord and Rocket and a few other characters, the music makes the movie. I've done a video review of Awesome Mix Volume 1 soundtrack from the film. I'll put a link in the description below if you would like to watch that. But the music literally makes the movie. If the music was any different in the movie would just not be as good as it is. The soundtrack in this film makes the film be like, just from the film being good, you add the music in, and it goes to really good or great. Like the music, fantastic choices. We have Hooked on a Feeling, Cherry Bomb, Spirit in the Sky, I Want You Back, Come Again. Like, just all these great songs. I cannot fault the soundtrack, and Tyler Bates did a great job with the music he added in himself. I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10. It is near perfect. The only bad things about it are maybe like one or two weak characters, or that's really it though. Maybe a few characters weren't that good, or just tiny little problems that I might have noticed. They're the only problems with this film. Overall, I reckon the movie is up there with the Avengers and Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It's definitely one of the best Marvel movies to date, and I cannot wait for the sequel. But it'll be interesting to see if the sequel's as good as the first, because this movie is made to a very high standard. It'll be interesting if Marvel can come back and make just an equally as good film with Avengers: Age of Ultron or Guardians of the Galaxy 2. This is a fantastic film. You have to see this film. One of the best of the year. So, like I said, 9 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed this video. I put the link in the description below for my video review of the Awesome Mix Volume 1 soundtrack from the movie. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.